Hey there, everybody. Welcome to fucking Storytime with Henyx, first episode, I guess. I'm recording this, it's currently 9:26 in the morning. I managed to get a couple hours of sleep in, so I feel okay. But, I had a bit of a dream last night, and I felt like I should share it with you guys. I don't know. The dream, more or less, is less of a dream and more of like a vision, like a like a vision from the past, like a memory, but like I was reliving that memory again. If you guys get what I mean, um, it was very very vivid. Essentially, it's a memory of about, I don't know, give or take. I don't know. I want to say like almost around this time last year, because I mean, Sophie still wasn't pregnant with the baby, and or she was, but she wasn't showing yet. You know, I believe, yeah, give or take April last year. Um, we were at Walmart buying some stuff for our house, buying groceries or whatever, and we were just being a couple, smiling, laughing together, going around the store, and we were walking past like the food section, going into the clothing section because she wanted a shirt or something. I don't remember. And as we were passing by, we were kind of just talking to each other, and then we noticed this man, this white man, looked like he was in his 40s or 50s. He was dragging a little boy by the hand. This little boy, no older than 4 or 5 years old, honestly. And the boy, I don't quite know how to describe his face. It was like all bruised up, like around his eyes, but like also near his jaw and cheek, if that makes any sense. But mostly centered around the eyes. Like his skin was pale, pale young little boy, right? But where the bruises were, it was like a deep purple. And we, like, Sophie and I were having some kind of conversation. I don't remember what it was, but like the second we saw this man dragging this boy along with him, we kind of just stopped talking, and we just kind of stared at the boy, like walking. I mean, willingly, but not like he didn't seem very content for one reason or another. And like we didn't say anything, we didn't react. We didn't jump to conclusions, but we just kind of looked at him. We were like, "Damn, what the hell happened?" Like the fuck happened to the little kid? Like why is he all beat up? You know. And Sophie was like, "Should we say something? Should we ask? Is it our business?" And of course, my answer, like logically thinking, was no. We shouldn't say anything. We don't know what the heck is going on with them. We shouldn't get involved because it's really none of our business. If I mean, he's just walking around here in Walmart in public. If it was something serious, most likely, the person at the fucking door of Walmart would have said something. They would have stopped them, or maybe they did, and maybe they were like, "Oh, this and this happened," and they were like, "Oh, okay, sorry to bother you, sir," and then they let him in. That's what I was like imagining. That's what I was thinking. So I told Sophie, no, let's just move on and like hope for the best, pray for that kid, like hope he's okay. And the reason I was bringing this up, like I said, is because I had a dream about it. It was something very, very like sudden and out of nowhere. It just kind of freaked me out, like having that dream last night, or I shouldn't say last night because it was just a couple hours ago. But it was a very weird thing to remember. I just out of nowhere, and like once I woke up from that, I was just kind of tossing and turning, and Sophie hadn't gone to school yet, and I was just thinking to myself, like, could I have handled that any differently? Like, should I have said something? And they kept running over the options in my head, like if I had intervened, ask them like, hey, what happened? It could have been a million things. It could have been like, oh, this kid got beat up at school, or oh, don't worry about it, it's none of your business. Like the kind of reaction, the kind of confrontation that I would have had I opened my mouth instead of being quiet about it. And I don't know, like Sophie and I, we just kind of all conversation and all cheeriness just kind of died from that point on at that trip to Walmart. And I had forgotten about it, because I wasn't stressing over it for too long. But now that I had a memory in my like I relived the memory. Maybe it's my mind trying to tell me like, hey, dude, uh, fucking share it. Ask people for their opinion. It's like, what would they have done? And that's kind of why I'm sharing this, because I want to know what you guys would have done in that scenario. Like, would you have confronted the man and asked the little boy what's wrong? Would you have just ignored it like I tried to and I ended up doing? Like, what would have what do you think you would have done? What do you think? Do you think I handled the situation incorrectly? Because like, I mean, I'm not the most aggressive person, but I'm not the most like peaceful person either. But I don't seek out problems. I don't seek out conflict if I can. You know, like I try to avoid it as much as I possibly can, because I don't want to involve Sophie in any arguments. I don't want to involve her in any dangerous situations. And I feel like if this man happened to have done something to that kid, and like stuff got violent, like I wanted Sophie to be there and like fucking have this man get all up in my face like, oh man, you saw what I did to my boy, I'm gonna do worse to you. Like that's kind of what I was picturing. And I was just thinking I wouldn't, because I mean, she was pregnant. I know that she was pregnant, and I know that stress during a pregnancy is horrible. And yeah, and I don't know, like, I guess having this dream about it just makes me feel like subconsciously I'm scared that something happened to the kid and I didn't intervene. Again, that's just a complete overreaction to the situation. I doubt anything bad happened to him, or I hope at least that nothing bad happened to him. Hopefully it was just a misunderstanding on my point of view. Hopefully it was something that has nothing to do with what I was imagining. Because I mean, let's be honest here. Actually, as an example, Sophie, she for like since birth, she has a birthmark on her arm. I believe it's her left arm. It's the weirdest fucking birthmark I've ever seen in my life. It's like, I think it is in her left arm. It's like a little spot in her arm, but it's like purplish blue. So it looks like a fucking bruise, like someone just punched her in the arm and like it just stayed. And when I met her, I asked her about it, and she's like, "Oh no, I've had that since I was born." Like, I get this question a lot, like if everything's okay, like if someone hurt me, you know. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy, man." Like, imagine if it was bigger or like near her neck or face. Like, no matter where she would go, there would arise a ton of questions. And yeah, like, just as it's just as easy to misinterpret that. We could have misinterpreted what that kid was doing in Walmart. Like maybe he had gotten some face paint and it was just paint, and like he had it, like he hadn't taken it off because he was like going to a party or something. I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to find a good way to not assume this fucker was getting beat by his presumable father. And yeah, that's today's story time. If you guys like the story, let me know. I have fucking tons more. They come from time to time. I would love to keep sharing some of my past experiences / encounters in life. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Give me your thoughts about the situation, and I guess I'll see you in the next story time or video or whatever the fuck you see me in, okay? Bye.